Okay. Let me just get my phone together. Make sure more so I can see my comments. Let's see. For the music? Okay. Oop. Is it on? Wait a minute.
Everybody dance. Come on. Got nothing but love for you. Come on. Got nothing but love for you. You are my everything. My absolute everything. This is for the world. Come on, Alicia. There is so much love that I have for you. Oh, yeah. And all the time I'm grateful that you love me like you do. Hey, hey, it's you satisfy my heart and mind all the time. All the time. Hey, hey, I love you, need you, gotta have you in my life. I got nothing but love for you. Nothing got nothing but love for you. You are my everything, my absolute everything.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome.
It's crazy.
I love that song. Welcome, 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 everybody, to We Sparkle with Dr. Stephanie Kim. This is your sister, your girl, and your friend. Well, that sounds kind of funny to my, okay, the volume is pretty good. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome to We Sparkle with Dr. Stephanie Kim. This is your sister, your girl, and your friend. And I'm glad to be here on tonight. I hope everybody is doing pretty well. I hope everybody's doing all right. It's a lot going on, but listen, we are still here. We woke up this morning and we were able to do something. And even if that was just to open up our eyes, we are still here, and that is a blessing. So welcome, everybody. Happy Monday. It is Monday night, and it is November 11th, 2024. Where is the time going? Because it is moving oh so fast, so fast. I was just talking to my son, and I'm like, you know what? It's November 11th already. I mean, so here we go. Another Monday, another week. And it's going to be a great week. I hope it was a great day for you. And sometimes these Mondays aren't as great as we want them to be, but it's a new week, and for a lot of people, it's a new work week. And hopefully everybody doing some kind of work, whether it's homework, working from home, taking care of family, doing whatever you got to do, taking care of a loved one, caretaking. Everybody has something that they have to do, or even allowing someone to take care of you. That's something that's evident and something that is happening also often. So listen, everybody, I want you to do me a favor. Those that are coming on, as you're coming on, please greet me, say hello. You can also let me know what city, what state, or perhaps what state you're calling from. A city would be good because a lot of people are just local around here, and we're coming live from Plainfield, New Jersey. Shout out to BKS1 Radio and TV, to Storm Norm, and also Jeff that's here on tonight. I thank God for so many things he's done for us and everyone. Do me a favor, and if you can tag and share this video and this broadcast with someone, at least one person, that would do well, because I'm sure that it'll be able to bless someone some kind of way, because you know what, we all need encouragement, and it's nothing better than getting good, simple, clean encouragement. It means a lot nowadays. So many things are going on. A lot of people are still talking about the election. I'm not talking about it. But I just wanted to mention that it was last week, so a lot of people's life has shifted. There was definitely a shift, and naturally and spiritually a shift. And I think these shifts are coming back to back to back, and we just need to be prepared. We need to just make sure we got our focus, on things that matter the most, and to different people, different things matter the most. I would just say, for me, what's starting to matter even more and more is health, and not even wealth that much, but that too. But health, having your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, just being able to feel good, and take care of yourself. I think that's very important, and to take care of family, spend time with family, to mend any broken bridges and burnt bridges, to mend these things, and to get in touch with your family, and above all things, just to make sure that you have a relationship with the Father, that you understand that, you're just not here on your own, but there is God. There is a God that makes sure that you're still here and has graced us all, and His mercy supplies, supplied to us every day. All right. But, I think right now it's holiday time, and it seems like for the last few years, I'm telling you, the last 5 years or so, it just seems like this is a time where we start hearing about a lot of people, getting sick, or a lot of people passing away. And I want to give a shout out to Kendi Love, a beautiful young woman of God. And I thank God for her. She just lost a couple of family members back to back. And I just want to give my condolences to you and to all of you that lost someone. May the Lord continue to strengthen you and your family as you go through this difficult time. And He will. He will eventually. And it's never easy. It's always difficult. And I won't say that it's difficult for others than it are for some, but I'm sure, how we go through it. And when you lose a loved one, it seems like people lose their mind. What I mean by that, and that's not in a negative sense, it's just that it's just profound, and it can really change the way people think, way they feel, their emotions get all messed up and misconstrued, and a lot of hurt can happen after such a great devastation of losing someone. All right, but welcome again, all of you, to We Sparkle with Dr. Stephanie Kim. We're going to have a great show tonight. Just want to let you know, upcoming on the 18th and also on the 25th, I have, and on December 2nd, too, going into December 2nd. But on the 18th, again, we have the lovely, one of my dear sisters, evangelist, Regina Atkinson. She's going to be here. We're going to be talking about building your house, all right? A wise woman buildeth her house. A foolish woman plucketh down. So we're going to be talking with her about her healing and praying ministry. She has a book out, The Beautiful Me, I believe, Beautifully Me. I Am Beautifully Me, and she's going to talk about that. We're going to have an awesome time with her on Monday. Please tune in, mark your calendars, set your notifications that she will be here. Then on the 25th of November, we're going to have, right before Thanksgiving, right? Yep, right before Thanksgiving, we'll get them both in. We have also my sister, Tanya McAllister Miller, and she's going to be here. We're going to be talking about being you. She has a yearly gathering called Be You Gathering. I was one of her, I think the first one, I was one of the guest speakers there. And she has 2 books out. And just recently, she just released a book. And on last year, I believe she released a book at her BU gathering. So we got the next 2 weeks coming up. We do have guests. They're going to be exciting. They're going to be blessed. And we're going to have a great time. So also, I mentioned this before, asking all of you that watch and view to prepare. I'm going to be doing, looking for sponsors. So if you would like more information, you can email me at WeSparkle21@gmail.com, but I will have some information coming out soon, hopefully December 2nd. That'll probably be a good time to really put it out, if not within the next couple of weeks putting out. But I'm looking for sponsors to sponsor the We Sparkle with Dr. Stephanie Kim show. We've been on for quite we have been on for a little while. I'm trying to we will be celebrating the first show was January 1st, 2021. So it's been a few years that We Sparkle has been on. We've been here at the studio for just a year, starting January 22nd of 2024. So I was looking around, so there's quite a few shows I got. I was going through my videos like, wow. There's a video. I think I missed maybe about 2 weeks or maybe 3 this year, at least 2 I missed, all right? But I'm going to look for sponsors. And if you have found that We Sparkle has been a blessing to you and you believe and can be in agreement and contest that the information and inspiration and innovation that's given here on this platform has blessed you and could bless other people, I do want you to consider being a sponsor, okay? There's going to be 4 different levels that you can give on, and we're going to take care of that probably December 2nd, all right? But I will be mentioning it in the next couple of weeks, all right? So I hope everyone is doing well. Everyone is doing well. Let me pull myself up on Facebook so I can see who's here with me joining. Alrighty, where we at? There we go. All right, there you go. I think we got it. All right. Hey, Charlotte. Welcome to the show, Charlotte. I love you. Charlotte calling from North Carolina. And Mama Wanda, Prophetess Wanda Stansberry. I appreciate you. I call her Mama Wanda. You know what, Mama Wanda? I was wearing red. I think the first time you and Papa Charles, Brother Charles, came on the show in, I think it was January or February. I think you guys came in February when I was doing the love thing. Yep, the love thing. So welcome to the show. I appreciate you. Love you so much. And, Wanda and Charles Stansberry have released their book. You see it on my page, Purposeful Marriage, The Purposeful Marriage. And I'm waiting for my book to come in the mail. I can't wait to read it. I know it's going to be phenomenal because they are phenomenal people, kingdom-minded individuals who've been married for 52 years, all right? And shout out to her all the way from California. I got to get to California real soon. In 2025, I got to get there, all right? I'm coming by to visit y'all. Let's have brunch. All right, so welcome to the show again. She said, oh, hey, Queen Sparkle, thank you so much. And speaking of queens, let me make my announcement. The official, the Queendomship Gathering, the official flyer, I guess the next flyer with the information for you to register. The registration is out. It's on my page now, Stephanie Kim's page. You can go there. It should be at WeSPARKLE with Stephanie Kim's page as well. But here you are. Registration is $50. Vendors are $100. It is the Queendom Gathering. Oh, my God. Queendomship Gathering. I am your host, Dr. Stephanie Kim. And we have the incredible prophetess, Dr. Jasmine Durimis out of Freeport, Grand Bahamas, who will be our guest preacher for Friday and Saturday. It's going to be an awesome time. You guys have to save this date. I asked you to. I hope you did. Mark your calendars for March 14th and 15th, 2025. This great, powerful, prophetic, apostolic, lovely gifting will be held at Historic Calvary Baptist Church in the city of Paterson, New Jersey, USA. And I say USA because she's coming from the Grand Bahamas. It's international. She's coming out. So a lot of people she knows already here. She's here sometime in the U.S., but she's all over. But she's a prominent woman of God. She's a senator out there, but she's a powerful woman of God. She is also the creator and the host of Rise and Roar. That's a prayer ministry, 6 a.m. every morning from Grand Bahamas. You can go to her page and check it out. Just Google up Jasmine Durimis or go to the Facebook page and IG where just pull up her name. You'll find out her ministries and what she's doing. But she's going to be right here in the USA in Paterson, New Jersey, and it's going to be a powerful time. The other flyer does give out more information because on that Friday night is going to be a service. We're going to have a powerful worship time. I'm talking about this because I want to start putting it out. You're going to see it everywhere in the next couple of weeks. You're going to see it. And I want you to mark these dates in because people got dates for next year. Somebody called me today and was like, when is that date? I need to mark it down because somebody asked me to go somewhere. So mark this date and keep it in. So Friday night is going to be a service, a beautiful, powerful service of worship. And we're going to have some performances. We have gospel artist Alicia C. that's going to be performing 2 of her singles. On Saturday, we're going to start at 9 o'clock. There is prayer. There is worship. There are workshops. There also are vendors, you know that, because of the flyer here. There's also going to be a women's network or a sisters network lunch that will be additional $10 for those that want to come to that. It'll be a great time, and we're looking for the power of God that's going to be resting in that place. I'm telling you, the church, nor the city, nor the women that come or men that come will be leaving out the same. We're going into a phenomenal year of greatness and prosperity. And the theme for this year is favored by the King. Oh my goodness. Woo! So get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Make sure you save those dates. March 14th and 15th. 2025. All right. And register now. Register now. There's going to be a cutoff on the limits of the seats in a little bit, but I want you to get your ticket in. Get your registration in quickly. There are 3 payment methods that are listed on the flyer. Please check my page. I'll have the original flyer with all of the information on Monday, all right? But you'll see it on all of my pages. We Sparkle with Dr. Stephanie Kim, Stephanie Kim's page, also on Word of Promise International Ministries page. You can see me there. So it's your favorite by the King, right? Amen. That I'm telling you, it's going to be powerful. Talking about the queendomship. Queens, what is a queen? And it's from the theme of Esther. Esther, Queen Esther, Arise Esther, which was the first one. So this will be the second women's gathering, but the first one was last year that was held at Historic Calvary Baptist Church, and it was phenomenal. All right. So I have a few quotes I want to share. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the benefits of boundaries. Hopefully, in the next few weeks, we're going to start talking about relationships, period. But I do want to get a counselor or clinician here, and we're going to talk about more about boundaries, hopefully. But today, I'm just going to talk about the benefits of boundaries, and we may go into it. And the screen does give you the number you can call in. So I'm going to ask maybe 1 or 2 people to call in and maybe share something about some new boundaries they may have set, or how boundaries are working for them, or maybe some people don't know about boundaries and haven't set any, and they're deciding. But we're going to share the benefits of boundaries in just a few moments. All right. So the number on the screen is 646-233-1302. And I want to thank Sister Sean Atkins for chiming in on last week, calling in and sharing, or the week before. Time has gone by so fast. And just sharing personal testimonies that she had shared with us. And I truly thank her for that. So all of my callers, I do appreciate you calling in and sharing. I don't ask anyone to share anything personal, but if you do and you want to, we respect that. And I thank you so much for that. All right. So let's give some affirmations. So I had another announcement? Oh, all right. So the book, I have to get that book out to somebody too, to my god brother and his wife, the Max. Bobby Mack. I had to get that this to him. So this is available, The Power of a Changed Life, by my mother and myself, Darnell Lambert, Stephanie Lambert Kim. Why am I sitting on this bar stool when my name has been written? It is a powerful book, it's a powerful testimony, and it talks about the real testimony of my mom's life in the beginning when she grew up in the South, coming to the North, having 3 kids, getting married at 18, so on and so forth, but how she ran from the Lord's call upon her life for a lot of years, but finally she gave in. And when she surrendered to the Lord's call that was on her life changed completely. And that's the power of a changed life. And I'm so glad that she surrendered to the change that God wanted to do in her life. So because her life changed, then mine changed. All right. So it's a powerful story. I will have those books for book signing in March as well, if not a book signing before that as well. Working on a lot of different things. So pray for your sister, pray for your girl. All right. Pray for your sister, your girl, your friend, your cousin, your auntie, your mama Steph, your daughter, your granddaughter. I need prayer, and we need prayer for one another. And this show is about encouragement. I always say, call me Barnabas, because Barnabas names means encourager. All right. And We Sparkle is about, like I said, giving information, inspiration, innovation, but it's also to motivate you and to inspire you and empower you that there's more, that there is a light inside of you. I don't care what you say. God has given us all a light, and that light is himself in us. And the scripture says, let your light so shine that men might see your good works and then glorify your Father in heaven. So you got a light. You got a sparkle, baby. You got a sparkle, girl. You got a sparkle, guy. You got the sparkle because we need it now. God knows we need the sparkle right here. We need to let whatever God has placed in us come out and share it. but we have to use it for ourselves first. And this show is telling you that you need to take care of yourself. Period. I'm going to put that. Take care of you first. And I know so many people that may even not know how to take care of themselves, don't know where to start, believe that they can't do it, but you can do it. I'm always saying this scripture too, especially people close to me. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. You can do it. You might need some help. It might take a little time. It might be a process for you, but you can do it. And that's what I want to convey when I'm here, is that you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. And because he's with you, anything is possible, right? And nothing is impossible with him. All right, you can do it. So, look for better, look on the better side, look at bright. A lot of people may be depressed or sad at the results of the election, but it is what it is. And I was talking to myself earlier today when I was walking upstairs to the office. I was like, some people might say that I'm a little, could be a little rough. I guess I can be a little tough. But you know what? I used to always say this. Why cry over spilled milk? Just get another glass. I think I was probably like 11 years old when I started saying that. I don't know. But I mean, why? What you going to do? You can't get the milk back. And if you got it back, it won't be as clean as it was before. It won't be the same milk. So just get another glass, because sometimes we can spend so much time on what we lost or what we can't have. And then it takes away from what we can have. And I'm saying this now for a long time. Time just keeps on ticking. Before you know it, kids will be older. You'll be retiring from a job. You'll be older. You won't be able to do what you used to do. Hello, somebody. I think a lot of us get that. Can't do what you used to do. And if you can, you can't do it like you used to do it. All right? But anyway, let's talk about some the benefits of boundaries after I share a few affirmations or quotes I want to share. I have a few here for you. Here's one. It says, actions prove who someone is. Words just prove who they pretend to be. Actions prove who someone is. Words just prove who they pretend to be. I think that's really good for me. It really is. Because I know you're talking, but I need to see what you're doing, all right? And I think we often say action speaks louder than words. People say that all the time, all right? And then someone used to say, I can't hear what you're saying for watching what you're doing. Something like that. But it just means that, when you do it, it's better. Just do it. Stop talking and just do it, all right? And hey, oh my God. Is that Rita? Hi, Rita. Rita, welcome to the show. Oh, my God. I love you, beautiful. Oh, my God. Hey, how are you? And then Mama Wanda said, so true. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Actions are louder than words. They are. And Rita, I just got to give a shout out to Rita Nuwasu. Ajoma. I love you, girl. It's been a long time. I pray all is well. All is well with me. Rita goes way back to my probation officer days. She used to be my probation officer, my supervisor, when we both were gone. She'd been gone a long time ago in retirement. I hope you're enjoying your retirement. But she was my supervisor way back when I was working in the community service department. And I've been thinking about that too. Oh, what did I do? Okay, there you go. All right, so welcome to the show. Hi, Brenda. Welcome to the show. So I have a couple other ones. What did I do here? I'm just trying to go to, here I go. Thank you. Just move out of that. Trying to go to my quotes. That one was a good one. Here's another one. Good one. They're all good. The best revenge is none. Oh, this is going to help somebody, right? That part right there. I think this is really good for people that wanted to always get revenge or still do. Well, maybe if you still do, you probably don't take it as good. But if you used to be a revengeful person, I'm going to get you back. This was good for you, because it's good for me. God used to be like that. The best revenge is none. Heal, move on, and don't become like those that hurt you. That's powerful. You know what I mean? The best revenge is to heal, move on, and don't become like those who hurt you. And you know what? When you get healed from revenge, when people come back to that spot, you won't be there. And that's what I like about it. You won't be in that spot because once you heal, it transforms you. You change, you're not there. So when I was younger, I was going to get you back. I was going to get you back physically all the time. That wasn't something I did, but I would get you back one way or another. You did me wrong, I'm going to do you wrong. But I'm so glad that was a long time ago and I got healed. So I don't even care about that. I know who gets you back. God said, vengeance is mine. I leave it and God does it every time. All right. So that was a wonderful one. Here's another one. I love these quotes. They just bless you so much. All right. This one says, you ain't too old, which you know is not regular grammar, but it's still grammar. You ain't too old to start over. You're too old to keep doing what isn't working. That's real good. You're not too old to start over, but you are too old for doing the same thing. That's my thing right there. You're too old to be doing the same thing and also to be doing something that's not working. So by now, after several attempts and several tries, you should work on something else. You know, we define the word insanity is, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So you got to do something different. Somebody say, do something different. It's definitely time to do something different. That's where I am. You know, I preached a message on last Friday before last, and it was entitled, We Not Like Them. All right? We not like them. We are different. And that was from 1 Peter 2nd chapter, verse 9, which says, but ye are a chosen generation, a peculiar people, a holy nation, a royal priesthood, who should show forth the praises of him who have brought you out of darkness and into his marvelous light. Meaning you used to be in darkness and there's some things you used to do, but God has brought you out of the darkness and he brought you into a marvelous light. And that's the light that you have to shine, let shine. Okay. So we not like them. And I'm living on that. And I live differently. I walk different. I respond differently. I am differently. And I'm okay with that. You got to be okay with being different. And that message was to a young, it was a youth service. And I was really sharing with them that, in school or in different places when they are in church or they brought up believing in God or trusting God, they can get picked on. They can get bullied for just being different, period. Not even in church, but just being different. And not like the other children and doing what they do, but to know that they are a royal priesthood. And if their parents are a royal priesthood, so are they. All right. And if they choose Christ to be their savior, they choose to be different and be better, there's nothing wrong with that. So I was encouraging them to say, we not like them and we good with them. We are different. All right. My last one here before I go into my benefits of boundaries. It's going to be like a prelude to boundaries. All right. It says, accept people as they are, but place people where they belong. Oh, my goodness. Now, I read that before. The greeting at that time was just really good. Accept people for who they are, but place them where they belong. And that's really good. That's even going along with boundaries, though, too, how you set things. And, once we realize who people are, even ourselves, because certain things you may know can trigger you or you may dislike, then, remove yourself from that, because we often talk about things that we don't like. But what about people that don't like you? You know what I mean? Or you being big enough or wise enough to remove yourself from things that may harm or offend other people. Woo, we're going to get into boundaries on tonight. All right, welcome to the show. My cousin Joyce, we were just talking about you the other day. Sadie, I appreciate you. Joyce. Jazzy Matt in the place. I miss you. Jazzy Matt. When you coming back? Listen, Thanksgiving coming up. I need my turkey wings. I appreciate Jazzy Matt. Jazzy Matt is one of my guests. He's been here at least 4 times. He covered for me. I appreciate you. Mama Wanda says, we can't be touched by the world. Darkness can't comprehend us. We not like them. All right. And they like us. All right. They not like us. We not like them. All righty. Thank you so much. And Shonda just came on. Welcome, Shonda. So we're going to talk about benefits of setting boundaries. All right. Benefits of setting boundaries. There's a number there, 646-233 1302. And tonight I'm just going to talk about the benefits of setting boundaries, what's good about it. And I'm going to first define what a boundary is. I think that all of us, no matter what our age is, should know about boundaries. I think that we should teach our children boundaries if we haven't. And if we have, it's a good thing. And I think as we get older, some boundaries can change because you change. But I think it's very important to have boundaries set. If you haven't, to start setting some. I'm setting more boundaries for myself, for relationships, and for a lot of different things now that I'm retired and, mostly into full-time ministry, a lot of different things. But I think boundaries are important. So let's first define what a boundary is. A boundary is, it's just a general definition. It's like a line or limit that indicates the extent of something. All right. So because you put a line in the sand, it's like you better not pass this thing here. So it kind of separates things or puts a limit to where something is. It's also defined as the limits and rules we set for others with our relationships. So that was general rule 1 too, because it don't have to always be in a relationship. It could be setting boundaries for yourself more so. But those are the two things: a line or limit that indicates the extent of something, and the limits and rules we set for ourselves with others. I do want to have a clinician or a counselor or someone, that really is into boundaries and have a whole other assessment of it to come on the show and share and talk about it. I think it's very important for reaching your goals, for aspiring for different things, for personal growth, personal development. I think setting boundaries and understanding what boundaries are, and that you have the responsibility for yourself to set boundaries, all right, between you and others. All right. It also says that, this was an example of a physical, that's an example of a boundary. I'm not going to go there yet. All right. So let's go back to benefits of setting boundaries. All right. Boundaries are important because they help you feel safe, secure, and in control of your life. That's a powerful statement by itself. Boundaries are important because they help you feel safe, secure, and in control of your life. All right. Also, boundaries help you prioritize. I love this part here. Boundaries help you to prioritize your needs and protect your time and energy. Oh, Lord Jesus. We can stay right there. This is what boundaries do. They help you to prioritize your needs and protect your time and protect your energy. Oh, God. All right. They can help you avoid burnout, stress, and anxiety. Now tell me that we don't need boundaries because those go together: burnout, stress, and anxiety. Now, it could be someone right here that's watching or that will come and view and be like, listen, burnout, stress, and anxiety, I wish you would have told me about boundaries before I got here. Okay. But there's some help right here. Just a little bit. And you can go and talk to a counselor. You can you can Google up some stuff and get information. There's a lot of information on Google. Now, I can tell you that a lot of stuff gets misconstrued. I've seen some stuff like, what is that? That makes, but be careful where you're getting your information from. Okay. The encyclopedias, I think there's another place, what they call it, something dictionary. Get the basic in general, but some people are putting their own information in here and it's not all the way true. It's just their opinion and their findings. Okay. But I think that, if somebody's watching and you're burnt out and you're stressed and anxiety, maybe it's time. Oh God, thank you, Lord. Maybe it's time for you to set some boundaries. And, research shows that many people that become burned out, are stressed out, or experience anxiety is because there was a lack of boundaries, other things too, but there was a show of a lack of boundaries set by that individual. So you have that responsibility, and I'm always talking about responsibility being on yourself, the ownership of responsibility yourself, that you should put in boundaries for yourself. We're about to go into the new year, 2025. Woo, can you believe it? It was just 2020. But we're going to 2025, and going into 2025, I think is good. I would encourage you to set boundaries for yourself, for your family, for your relationships, all of them, work relationships, workplace, dealing with workers and co-workers and supervisors and superiors and subordinates and so on and so forth. But, most of all, set them for yourself, because that's what I love to talk about, for yourself, because I believe that if each one of us do the best that we can for ourselves, and not put everything on it and blame other people. People do take blame for what they did do. I'm just saying, if we start taking the blame for ourselves and taking responsibility for ourselves and our actions and our words and so on and so forth, the world will start being a better place. All right? I believe that. All right. So back to boundaries. So if anybody's burnt out or stressed or have anxiety, just start looking up boundaries. Talk to someone about setting boundaries, how to set boundaries, what boundaries are. Because it could be your job, could be the kids at home. Sometimes people don't have boundaries in home with their children, but there should be some boundaries too. With your children, so you don't get all stressed out. And sometimes we're just taking on more than we can chew, or biting off more than we can chew. All right, but there are some benefits of setting boundaries. That's the whole thing, setting boundaries, we're talking about tonight. Also, it says boundaries can help you establish trust, safety, respect in your relationships. Ooh. See, we really need somebody to come up here. We'll talk about this for a good minute, because that safety, respect, and trust in your relationship. And everything is a relationship. We all have relationships. I mean, every day you have relationships. Even if you're riding a bus and you talk to the bus driver, or someone's on the bus and you're riding with them, or the train, you see them quite often, you talk to them and y'all may converse about some things. That can be a form of a boundary too. Because it's a form of relationship. Well, I'm sorry. It could be a form of relationship. It is a relationship. But you may need to set boundaries in certain things, because someone was sharing with me the other day about an individual on their job had said something to them, and they didn't like what they had said. They had never said anything like that to them. But then there needs to be a setting a boundary right there, because whether you're saying, I don't like the way you're speaking to me, or you can say, don't ever speak to me like that again, or whatever it was. But that was good, because a boundary goes there. That person had crossed a line, and they had been on this person for a few years and had never crossed a line before. But that particular statement they made did cross the line for the individual. And I believe at that time, that individual had the right and the ownership and the responsibility to let that person know how they felt about that, and what their response was. And some people, if you share a boundary or a change or shift, they may not like it. And they might be like, well, whatever. And at that point, then you have your choice, which everybody has. You have your choice if you want to continue. Like we did before, we had a session on it's okay to say no. And, even when you're setting boundaries, you have to know that it's okay to say, no, that goes over my boundaries, or no, I don't want to, agree on that boundary, or no, that boundary doesn't work for me, or that situation, or that word you said, or that behavior you're exhibiting towards me doesn't work. But these are the benefits of setting boundaries, because they help you to establish trust, safety, and respect in your relationships, no matter where they are. They also can help you feel comfortable sharing openly, here you go, and saying no. I just said that, right? Boundaries can help you make time for your personal life, your own hobbies, and downtime. Woo, welcome, Dr. Marvin Smith. Welcome to the show. Welcome, Jeannie, to the show. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Katrina. God bless you, Pastor Katrina. Appreciate you coming on. Shonda says, God's blessings. Yes, Dr. Stephanie Kim, I bless you too. Norm Storm, all right, BKS1. I gave my shout out earlier. How you doing? And welcome, Minister Leslie. I appreciate you. Welcome to the show. Say good evening, Pastor Stephanie. So, again, benefits of setting boundaries can shift and change your whole life, And once you get a little older, a little mature, when you start shifting your lifestyle, right? Paul said, when I was a child, I act like a child. But when I got older, I didn't do childish things anymore. And I think I had a session. No, I was actually preaching. I think I was preaching. No, I was doing Bible study last week, and I was talking about the fact that some people may be in their 30s, but they still have the behavior or the responses of a 13-year-old or a teenager. So at some point in our life, we all have to grow up. And I was just sharing with somebody last night, I said we have to grow up and put our big girl underwear on. You just got to grow up. And I went kicking and screaming. So my name is Stephanie, and I went kicking and screaming because I didn't want to grow up. I wanted to be a Toys R Us kid. It's like, no. Um, I just didn't want to grow up. So I think it was about 42. 42 when I actually was like, girl, you got to grow up. You got to just got to handle stuff. You have to respond to stuff. You have to say something about it. You have to do things differently. You just can't, whine about it. And that's why I don't like whining now. No, when you get to a certain age, I believe you just win over situations because you can choose. See, you can choose. And when you have the power to choose, then you should be winning because whatever you choose is what you wanted. And then you'll be able to win with that. All right. So we're talking about benefits of setting boundaries. Yeah. Okay. So I just read the one that says boundaries can help you make time for your personal life, hobbies, and downtime. I think that's real good. I'm learning that real good now. Listen, sometimes you can't answer the phone. Sometimes you can't go to the event. Sometimes, you just can't do certain things because you got other things that you need to do or that you want to do. And then sometimes I'm always talking about this again here at We Sparkle, always doing for others and not doing for ourselves. You got to do for yourself. So boundaries can also help you communicate what you think is acceptable or unacceptable just by setting boundaries. All right. They can help you express your needs I like this one, help you express your needs in an assertive but not aggressive way. All right. An assertive but not an aggressive way. I think that matters there because sometimes we are sharing how we feel, but it's usually after, maybe not usually, but oftentimes we share things after we are angry, after we are offended, after our feelings been hurt. And the person, it could have been unintentional, but it doesn't matter once you hurt, right? Once you hurt, it doesn't matter whether it was unintentional or not. But setting boundaries can help you communicate what the key is what you think is acceptable as unacceptable. Because some people may not agree with how you want to go about certain things. They may not agree or like how you respond. But setting boundaries help you to communicate what you think is acceptable. And I think that's great. And Katrina says yes. All right. They can be physical. Here's one right here. Boundaries. So I wanted you guys, if y'all can, in the comments, and if anyone would like to call in and share about on boundaries, 646-233-1302, you can. But if you put in the comments, tell me one of the boundaries that you have. I mean, it could just be general, because we're talking about, not talking really about relationships, but we're just talking about setting boundaries. So you can share a particular boundary that you have recently, put into action, or a boundary that you've always had and you refuse to move from that boundary. Or why is it important? Why do you think it's important to set boundaries? What is one of the benefits of setting boundaries? Because that's what I'm saying. Talking about tonight is the benefits of setting boundaries. And I do have an example of a boundary. Let's give an example, and then I'll give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 benefits, okay? So one boundary can be, and this one can be physical. It says boundaries can be physical, verbal, emotional, sexual, intellectual, or financial. All right, not that it can't be anything else, but these are just a few they put here. You can set boundaries in any aspect of your life. I love it. You can set a boundary in any aspect of your life where you feel that they are needed. See, so boundaries are up to you. The ownership is on you. The choice is on you. And that's why I'm just going to give 5 benefits. There's a million more, but 5 benefits of setting boundaries in your own life. For you, set the boundaries. Other people may have some, but you need to have your own. All right. So number one benefit is it will cause you and allow you to reflect on your needs, your struggles, and how they impact your relationships. Okay. That's a benefit of boundaries. All right. It will give you the ability, and it will have you reflecting on your needs, your struggles, and how they impact your relationships. And one thing I think is key in setting boundaries, so that you can get the benefits from them, is that you need to be honest. You need to be honest with yourself. I think many people are not honest with themselves, so I know they're not honest with others. Or some people can be really honest sometimes with other people, but when it's them dealing with themselves, they have a very difficult time or hard time being honest with themselves. You know, uh, maybe you do talk too much. Maybe you like arguing. Arguing. Can I say pronounce it right? Maybe you like seeing people fight. Maybe you don't like being corrected. So there's a lot of different things that we don't like, so we won't be honest with ourselves. But I think the benefits of setting boundaries will help you if you can be honest, because it'll help mature your life, it'll help you grow your life, and help you, like I said, communicate different things to other people. What you feel, what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with, what you accept and what you don't accept. So number one would be reflect on your needs, your struggles, and how they impact your relationships. Also, another one benefit of setting boundaries is to be aware of what is impacting you and your life or your tendencies. All right, that's another one. Another benefit of setting boundaries. All right, another one, three, communicate your boundaries clearly. Oh, God, that's a way of setting a boundary. Communicate your boundaries clearly. See, that might be like a little bit for me, because I think I try to be so clear that sometimes I can make things a little blurry for people. I guess I'm overthinking a lot of times. I do. And my mind floods with so many things, so I got different like options and the diversity of talking. But communicate your boundaries clearly. That's something I think I'll take to the bank and meditate on, is to communicate my boundaries clearly. Am I clearly stating or communicating my boundaries? It's a good question for me. I'm going to take that one. All right, are you communicating your boundaries clearly? That's a good question. Are you? All right. And how would you know? How would you know if you are communicating your boundaries clearly? You can call in at 646-233-1302. How do you know you are clearly communicating your boundaries to another individual? Let that rest in for a little bit. And if you'd like to call, you can please call in. All right. Another one is enforce your boundaries by providing feedback and consequences. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. And I think that one you really would need to be, what's the word? Be assertive but not aggressive when you are enforcing your boundaries by providing feedback and consequences. All right. I think that was a good one. Because I think sometimes some people may feel when you are setting boundaries or communicating your boundaries that you are being aggressive, even though you're being assertive. Some people get that twisted. They don't like the tone in your voice. They don't like that it gives you back the control. All right. It gives them less access, or it puts limits. Like I said, the definition of, what did I do with the definition? I don't know. All right. But the definition was like drawing a line. It was a line or to separate things. Okay. To cut off or show the extent of the boundary. So some people don't like when you set boundaries because it puts a limit on them. Then it also adds rules to the game. And some people just like to be haphazard, or they like to play their game. Ooh, that's a whole other story. We're not going to get there. Ooh, we're not going to go into that, right? Also, the benefits of setting boundaries can promote healthy relationships by establishing clear expectations and limits. All right? And as we said earlier, preventing burnout and exhaustion. Someone texted me the other day, last night, and they said, I'm home now. I'm exhausted. So look at that word. So there it goes. I'm going to use that one. All right, I'm going to use that one. So when you're setting up boundaries, and one of the benefits of setting boundaries is to keep yourself from anxiety, from being stressed out, because It's not just stress. People say I'm stressed out. I mean, they are exhausted, and from burnout. When you set boundaries, I mean, you have a limit to certain things. Let's just, I was going to say someone that drinks, but let's leave that one alone. I don't drink, but you should have a limit on your drinks too. It's even legally that you shouldn't have more than one drink or something and then drive. You shouldn't drink and drive at all. But I'm just saying there is a limit to it, what you can do. So in your life, there's a limit to certain things. So you have to know your limit. That's why I say that it's good to be honest with yourself, because sometimes we don't know ourselves. Some people just don't know themselves. And you know why? Because they never took the time. And some people have allowed other people to tell them about themselves that they really don't know themselves. If you ask them certain things they like, certain things they don't, if you ask them certain things, it's off of what other people have done to them. And I think that's how the past, I know I'm switching a little bit here, but that's how the past really creeps into people's present and then hinder their future, because many times boundaries have never been set. Boundaries are good for me. And I think even in respect, we talked about that earlier. I mentioned it anyway. In respect, if people not respecting you, you have to be assertive. You don't have to be aggressive, and you might have to get aggressive too, to demand respect, right? Or ask for respect, and they don't have to give it to you, meaning at that moment they can choose. But then that means that if you can't respect me, then my boundary is that if you don't respect me, not that I'm not going to respect you or disrespect you, but I'm going to remove myself from this situation so you don't have to respect me. You could choose to do what you want to do, and I will do the same thing. So setting boundaries are important for the individual. And I want you to know that it's good to set boundaries, and you got to change and sharpen up and rearrange some of your boundaries as you get older and as you enter into different aspects of your life. What you did at your job, the first job, you might can't do it the second job. So you have to set boundaries. Maybe in your first job, you allow certain things to happen, people to talk to you any kind of way. And especially if you were in supervision or management, you may have let your subordinates, do certain things and get away with. Now you may have another promotion, or you may have went to a training, or you may have just grown up a little bit, or you may have decided to change some things. But now you have to set boundaries on what you allow them to do, right? And it could be vice versa. You could have a supervisor that you let them do certain things. And now you have decided to set boundaries, so it's going to change. And I believe that setting boundaries, and one of the benefits, I say, of setting boundaries is that it goes along with your changing. And when you are changing, you should and probably will set different boundaries and change your boundaries. All right? So there's so many benefits of setting boundaries. And again, a boundary is a line or limit that indicates the extent of something. And you have to be able to talk about it. Some people are not very verbal and very vocal about the boundaries that they have, or certain things that they don't like and dislike. But I want to share with you that you have that, especially your adult. I know 18, they say you're an adult, but you're still a teenager, 18 and 19. But I believe at that time, you should be responsible to set some boundaries. And I know sometimes we are weak in different areas. People may have low self-esteem. They may not have a lot of confidence. But I think the benefits of setting boundaries, and what's important about boundaries, is that it protects you. As I was reading it says it can help you feel safe, help you trust and respect in your relationships. That's with your parents, with your children, with your loved ones, with your boyfriend, girlfriend, your friends, your spouse, so on and so forth, people at the church, your pastor, whatever, your employer, and things like that, an organization you may belong to, you may be on a sports team, your coach, your teammates, so many different areas. But I think the blessing of it is that you have the ability to set boundaries, and setting boundaries have benefits. So if you haven't set any boundaries in a relationship, it's never too late. I don't think it's ever too late to set boundaries, because you are protecting yourself. And that's something else I'm always talking about protecting yourself and doing things for yourself. And I think it's good. So if anyone is watching, I'm encouraging you that there may be some things you came out of, maybe in your last relationship. You let certain things happen and you saw the results of it. And I think and I believe it's okay to set new boundaries or a first time boundary in your next relationship. You know why? Because we just keep going through the same cycle if we don't set limits and rules. I'm a rules and regulations girl for real all day long. That's because I worked for the court for 26 years. And before I went to the courts, I worked as a legal secretary in Newark. Yeah, in Newark. And that's where I worked at also for the first 16 years as a probation officer. So rules and regulations is just what I do. My job was to make sure that the probationers, and later on they call them offenders, that they complied with the judge's rules and the dispositions that were given throughout the court. So I'm a rules and regulations girl, and I don't think I was very starched with my children or anything like that. You got ask my son and my daughter, and they said I did pretty good. Probably because I'm giving them money. It's like, nah. But I think I did pretty good. I think I balanced it well. At home would be different from work and things like that. But I am a rules and regulations girl, and I believe that that's structured. Structure is very important in your life, period. I think a lot of people don't have it, and some may have some more stringent than others, and some may have some more lax than others. But I think setting boundaries is very, very important. Why does the time go so fast? I'm going to have to get more time here. All right. Listen, my time has expired, but I thank each and every one of you that have come on We Sparkle. I'm here every Monday at 7 p.m. sharing information, inspiration, and information, and celebrating. So celebrating women that win. That is our topic and our theme. And there are some beautiful women that are coming up in the next few weeks where we're going to have great conversations and celebrating one another, celebrating what God has given them, celebrating their talents, their abilities, because we all have gifts, and many of us have gifts, and we are moving in those gifts now. They're moving in them gifts. You have a gift, so many gifts, I don't want to call them out, but I'm just saying not just spiritual gifts, but you have natural gifts that God has given you, and you are working those gifts. You are flourishing in those gifts. And there's some people that have gifts and never had the opportunity to work them or don't even really know what those gifts are. But if you set boundaries in your life, I believe it helps you get a fresh start. I think it helps you, especially if you're taking a fresh start, you're going to need boundaries. But I think that boundaries are very important because there are many, many benefits to setting boundaries in your life. And if you haven't set any lately, it may be good to start some new ones. It may be good to reevaluate them, but it will keep you safe. It will help you to establish trust, and also it will help you establish respect. I think it's good when you can respect someone's boundaries. I think that's a good thing. You should respect theirs, and they should respect you. I think it's definitely a great foundation for a beautiful relationship in family, friends, co-workers, and so on and so forth. All right. So again, my time just never seems to slow down. It just continues to go faster. And I want to thank all of you for joining me on tonight. BKS One Radio TV. I'm on We Sparkle with Dr. Stephanie Kim's page, also Stephanie Kim's page, and Word of Promise International Ministries page as well. And again, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be asking, and I ask you all that are here or that will come on to consider being a sponsor for We Sparkle with Dr. Stephanie Kim, which is a place of encouragement and empowerment. And I share a lot of information, and some of the information I give is what you would get in a counseling session as well. But I love to share with people, and here what we do is we celebrate one another. I celebrate you, you celebrate me. And I think right now with so much going on, one of the best things we can do is celebrate one another. Just celebrate life, living, love, learning, and still being here. I know the world is about crazy, but there's always something good because God is in it and because you are in it. Listen, no matter what you're going through, no matter what happens, no matter what comes up, listen, when you are shining, you are winning. When you are winning and shining, I believe that when you don't give up, when you keep moving, keep going, keep believing, keep trusting, keep trying, I believe that you are winning. So keep on winning and keep on shining. All right? Because when you do those things, other people see that light, and it encourages and blesses other people's lives. All righty. Again, don't forget, save those dates for the Queendomship gathering, March 14th and 15th, 2025 in Paterson, New Jersey, USA. The information is on my pages. Check them out and register as soon as you can. It's going to be a great time. All right, so next week, I'll see you on next week when we have my guest, evangelist Regina Atkinson. She's going to be here. We're going to be talking about building your house. She's a single mom with 3 kids, and she's teaching her kids very well, and she's going to share some of those things. She's also going to share her book. It's entitled, I Am Beautifully Me. I love that because I'm always talking about you. You are the most important person, and you should take care of yourself. All right? God bless you all. I'll see you on next week. And no, I got nothing but love for you. This is Alicia C. and her latest single, Nothing But Love. I got nothing but love for you. Wherever you go, leave a little sparkle.